So I guess what comes to mind is thinking about how he talks about he's walking through the desert and having an amazing experience of feeling at one with nature, which when I do meditation, I often can feel that, or what comes to mind for you? Just that feeling of feeling more and being quiet and feeling more aware of the surroundings. It really, for me, when I do meditation, it can be incredibly nourishing and really beautiful. And it sounded like he was having that type of experience, and then he came up to the top of came over a ledge, and suddenly it was a sign that said, "Deposit your trash here," or something like that. I can't remember, but it just was startling, and it snapped him out of that world, reading the words. And he just related it to oral stories versus having places, something like the chair, being able to speak in some ways, and realizing that our surroundings speak, and that our whole orientation of the human culture has been a lot of emphasis on reading and our language, and the importance of listening. The sense of place speaks.
Well, you love working with people who have
listening.
Alzheimer's, yes, who don't speak, yes? Or I find if I'm dancing with people and we don't speak, it's so much easier to love them. Something about as soon as I have to talk, it takes away from me being just a physical body among other physical bodies or physical things. And especially with our theme, although we're talking this evening, although that when we started, when I don't talk, it's often easier to feel love, way easier to feel love, and more to feel love, I think, than give it. But no, both. And to feel loving, yes, both, when we're not talking. And it was very kind of you to now be able to share with the audience how we can solve this challenge of being with words and not losing that meditative, loving connection we feel we have before we speak.
Well, that's a good. What comes to mind is I heard someone talking about how he was really practicing trying to feel the vibration of his words, and to really try to be aware of when he was speaking, to be aware of that he was speaking. So that's kind of interesting. Yeah. So it's the profoundness. I feel like I'm missing some of the profoundness that I got out of the importance of telling stories, telling our stories orally.
Well, he used one story that we had two of them, that I don't think we have time for both, but he spoke of the early stories of the sun going under the earth.
Yes, yeah.
And he says it's easy scientifically to say, oh, those are silly stories.
Yes,
They're
that's
early.
right.
And then he used science to remind us that the power of the sun, the gravitational power of the sun, is in its center. And it attracts and is attracted by the gravitational power of the earth in the earth's center.
And he calls that eros.
Yeah, and he calls this connection, you know, not just gravity, but the sun and the earth are really in a relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
so that's
so in that sense, it's true. I wonder, you have to explain this to us, though, because I think this matters to you. It's a great truth that eros, which is love. Eros is the Greek word for love. It's not just I love you, but it's I love. Yes, that's the right. That's the love. I really love you. And that energy, we call it energy, is probably too scientific. The eros is in the center of the earth we're sitting on. Because it's the earth wouldn't be doing what it's doing if there wasn't the eros between sun and earth. It'd be going off all kinds of places, colder than even tonight. So that eros keeps this everything in balance, in a very beautiful, harmonious balance. And it's in the center of the earth. Can we feel it? Maybe the center of our bodies too, I don't know that. But we can feel if we're feeling, right, so the earth is pulling us down now, yes? Are we going to do this? We're going to
Try.
We're going to see if we can feel and be quiet, maybe. Shut up, Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yes, maybe. You can talk. I am signing off.
Well, it's a beautiful image to have that sun and the earth.
Oh, we do this. Let's do our...
Oh, prayer. We do this for prayer.
Healing prayer. Okay.
So it's just letting out and letting gravity pull down, and then it's actually letting the weight of the body go down, and when you do that, it automatically supports you to stand up. So, we do this for our prayer before dinner.
So we can breathe up earth energy, really. Or eros, if we want, between us. Wow.
Beautiful, huh? Beautiful. Yeah.
Oh. And now we have to say goodbye.
And the sun.
funny Valentine. My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with my heart. Your looks are laughable, unphotographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, are you smart? Don't shed a tear for me.